Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, an architect in Germany, said, "Less is more." This means being simple is beautiful and attracts people, such as a rock garden in Kyoto. By focusing on the essence of a thing, it will lead you to be satisfied. We will apply this way of thinking to disaster recovery. This is a church. What do you think it is made of? The answer is paper, called paper tubes. Yes, we can make some buildings by using these paper tubes. So today, let me talk about the simplest combination of paper tubes and shelters. We call it emergency shelters made of paper. This great combination was developed by a Japanese architect named Shigeru Ban. It definitely plays a key role in recovering from the damage of disasters. There are 3 reasons why it is fundamental to disaster recovery. First, it's economical. Second, it's safe. And finally, it's permanent. Now, let me present these 3 elements respectively. First, economical aspect. This is a familiar type of shelter in Japan, but it has a very big problem. It costs too much. It amounts to 2.4 million yen for a family just to make a shelter itself. The cost doesn't include the repair of the lifelines such as water or electricity. What is worse, it needs additional cost of about 1 million yen for each to be dismantled. On the other hand, if we make the same size of a shelter by using paper tubes, less than 100,000 yen is enough. It only costs about 5% of traditional shelters if we use paper tubes. It is very economical. And what is more, even if it is disassembled, it can be rebuilt in other places. For example, this church was made in Kobe after Hanshin-Awaji earthquake. Later, this was disassembled and now in Taiwan. Our goal is not only making paper buildings, but also when they are dismantled. Once almost all buildings in modern societies are broken up, they are not to be recycled anymore. Instead, paper buildings are able to, like this church. Next, let me talk about the safety. Here's a picture of a school gym after big disaster. It is a chaotic situation. There is no privacy and no security. According to research conducted by Fukushima University, around 70% of the people say it is stressful. However, if you simply put the paper tubes and curtains, the situation will be much better instantly. Protecting privacy is crucial to be less stressful. If the paper shelter stands outside, some people may doubt it is useful when exposed to water or fire. But no problem. We can make it waterproof and fireproof. Paper as structures is so thick and well processed that it can prevent water or fire. We can also make some larger buildings, such as a school and a church, and also a small one like this chair. In order to lead a normal life again, it is not enough just to make living places. People need some facilities, such as a school and a church, especially in religious areas. So making community centers is also necessary to lead a safer life. And finally, let me talk about the permanent aspect. Many of you may be casting a doubt on why paper buildings are permanent. But actually, durability, or how long a building lasts, is not relevant to materials. Even if it is made of concrete, it is easy to collapse when it is poorly built. At the same time, even a paper building is difficult to collapse when it is well built. Actually, the paper church on the right stands for more than 10 years. So the point is how to build it. And not only that, making paper buildings creates strong human connection. Residents, just after disaster, don't have anything to do. They often feel uneasy, hopeless, and apathetic. It's very essential to involve the local residents to encourage them. There is an old saying about poverty. Give me a fish, and I'll eat for a day. Give me a fishing rod, and I'll eat for a lifetime. This means the most important thing is not the temporary aid, but the know-how. The same thing can be applied to the situation when we face disasters. Helping should not be one-sided, but interactive. So instead of saying, depend on us and take a rest, we say, can you give us a hand? We need your help. It will relieve their helplessness. It is indispensable to share the hope and share the permanent ways to recover from disasters. The project is widely taken in foreign countries such as Haiti and India. Unlike Japan, some countries don't have enough access to materials. Some people have to cut trees to make shelters, but it leads to the destruction of nature. Instead, paper is easy to get and not to damage beautiful nature. This is a process of making paper tubes. Paper tubes are made from completely recycled paper, so no need to cut trees. And what is more, no dioxin emission. Then you can get paper tubes. It is also very eco-friendly. Dear my audience, please remember the most disturbing thing is fallacy. The fallacy that paper is too weak to make buildings, but in fact, much stronger than you think. So from now on, change your attitude like this. Less fallacies lead to more safety. We believe this is also the meaning of less is more. Thank you.